Welcome to Breaking Ties, Destination Divorce. This is your go-to source for practical advice and support while you go through the divorce process. Join us each weekday for a quick chat where we'll cover a variety of topics such as child custody, property division, and self-care. Together, we'll explore emotional, financial, and legal aspects of divorce and help you find the best path forward for you and your family. Here's your host and Certified Divorce Financial Analyst Professional, Mike Fulkerson.
Hi, and welcome back to Breaking Ties, Destination Divorce. And I'm your host, Mike Fulkerson, Financial Advisor and Certified Divorce Financial Analyst Professional. Today, we're going to tackle a common source of confusion, and that's the difference between a fair and an equitable divorce. Understanding, these terms empowers you to navigate property division and arrive at a just outcome. So, what is the difference? Well, many people use fair and equitable interchangeably, but in divorce law, they have distinct meanings. So let's break it down. Fairness often implies a 50-50 split of assets and debts. Everything is legally divided equally, regardless of individual circumstances. Now, equitable, on the other hand, equitable focuses on just division, considering various factors to ensure a balanced outcome for both parties. And when we look at equitable distributions, most states follow it. And that means the court aims for a fair and just division of marital property, not necessarily a perfect equal split. Now, here's what the court's going to consider. We got length of marriage. Longer marriages might warrant a more balanced split. There's financial contributions. Each spouse's earnings and contributions to the marital estate are weighed. You got child custody arrangements. The parent with primary custody might receive more assets to support the children. And we got non-monetary contributions. One spouse who stayed home to raise the kids, might receive a larger share to reflect their contributions. And then we got debt distribution as last year. And that really, debts that incurred during the marriage are also divided equitably. So why does equitable distribution really matter? What does it do? It allows the courts to recognize the unique dynamics of each marriage and ensures both spouses have the resources needed to move forward financially. It's not about punishing one party or rewarding the other, but achieving a just outcome based on specific circumstances. Now let's look at some examples of equitable distribution. Okay, got some scenarios here where really an equal split wouldn't actually be equitable. And that is where one spouse inherited a significant sum before the marriage, or one spouse gave up a career to raise children while the other spouse's career flourished. And then you got one spouse has significant health issues requiring ongoing expenses. In these situations, an equitable distribution acknowledges these factors and strives for a fairer financial division. So, what's the role of negotiation here? Well, remember, you're not limited to the court's decision. You and your ex-partner can work towards an amicable agreement on property division through negotiations and mediation. This approach can be less stressful and time-consuming. Now, given all the things that we just talked about and all the different aspects of the divorce, divorce law is complex. We all know laws are complex. So consulting a family attorney who specializes in divorce might better help you understand equitable distributions in your state and navigate property division and make sure everything's done correctly. They're also able to advise you on your rights and advocate for a fair settlement. So I think it's worthwhile to check into an attorney and see if you make a good fit. So I want to thank you for joining me on this episode of Breaking Ties, Destination Divorce. Should you have any questions on today's topics, feel free to let me know or leave a comment. Divorce is not the end of your story. It is the start of your next great chapter. Take care.